Hi, Marvell.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Hi, everybody. First of all, thank you for having this discussion. It's overdue. So my question is, I think first I have a comment. I think the frustration with a lot of organizations is finding the time to make this happen, because a lot of us are in communities where we have full-time jobs and we're doing a lot of the diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging piece on the side. And it's very tempting to just check a box. So how do we make this sustainable when we're not really putting the effort? We can't really put the effort in because we have so many other distractions. And I think when that happens, it adds a level of frustration, and people tend to want to give up before the work actually gets started. So what would your advice be for organizations that really are trying to do it, but not really committing to investing in the process?
Yeah. So here's what I would say is that there's a whole bunch of different ways I think you can go about it. The thing that comes to mind right now is being able to quantify what it's going to take to do what you want to do. So the example I would give you that if you're talking about, you want to be able to grow the diversity of the resident population within the organization, and you pick out a goal out of the sky because you want to have something to reach towards. So we want to go from 0.25% historically marginalized groups of individuals living here to 5%. Okay, fine. You want to go to 5%. So 5% of your resident population, if it's 100 residents there, it's 5 residents, right? If you go look at your marketing data, how much are you spending per lead per close? Multiply by 5, and that's your start. So the calculator for figuring out how much we could, should, and ought to be spending and putting resources toward this work, it's there, it exists. But if, and we used to call it, how much did it take to make that phone ring? But, if your close rate is 10%, 5%, whatever it may be, and when you add up your marketing budget, it costs, I don't know, $18,000. Let's be, really conservative. $20,000 is a round number to get someone to move in. And you want 5 individuals that you've never had in the organization, or that you are seeking that increases the lower numbers that you've historically had. If you can't say, let's devote the actual dollars it takes to close a new resident and multiply that what we want to see in the impact, if you can't come up with that 5 times 20, which is 100 grand, then what I would say is that that's no different than saying, well, let's cut 100 grand out of the marketing budget because we don't have time. Mm-hmm. So that's my perspective on it, I guess, is that there has to be some way to quantify within the organization how important this is, because if I'm talking about inclusion strategy, which I am, if we're talking about inclusion strategy, we really are talking about something that is as big as the organization. And what does it look like to have resources behind that?